Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the lecture. So in this lecture, I have given you this one project. So here, all the footings are your slope footing, right? Now we'll try to understand how the workout has to be done. Okay, everything remains the same. Only the thing is your concrete quantity and shuttering quantity I've explained you, but we'll try to do this so that you will have a good practice on this project also. Okay, this is another industrial project where a small footings are coming up. So first what we'll do, we'll write the footing here. So I'll show you all the drawings. See, this is one drawing. After this, this is a cross section for that. Okay, your depth of excavation is 2 meter, and you can see this is slope footing. What is mentioned here? Okay, yeah, and then this is the footing plan, and this is your footing. This is your column. C1, C2, C3 are your column, and C1 column is 400 by 450. C2 column is 400 by 450. Okay, forget about all these things. This comes under the bar bending schedule. You don't have to look into the steel reinforcement now. And next is schedule of footing reinforcement is given. Only two footings are there, F1 and F2. How many numbers? 16 number F1 and 8 number F2. And all these are the breadth, the length, D1, D2, D3, and so on. Okay. So what we'll do now, we'll quickly try to do the Excel sheet now. Only two footings are there. We can quickly finish it. So what I have done, I copied one of my footing. I mean, one of the Excel sheet like we did previously. And now I'll take out everything from here. Okay. This is not required. So only two footings we have, F1 and F2. Quickly note down the values. So my F1 footing is 2300 by 2300, and this is 2900 by 2900. Okay, so we'll write here. Yeah, so this is 2300 by 2300, and the next footing is 2900. 2900 by 2900. Okay, and we'll see the depth part also. So the depth is okay, 23 and 20. The depth I don't know whether I need to take D1, D2, D3 or so on. So what I'll do, I'll come here. See in this part, that cross section part, it is mentioned. So D1 is your overall depth. D1 is a overall depth of the footing, and D2 is this particular depth. Okay. So now first quantity what we are finding the excavation quantity. So I'll go back to this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this will be excavation quantity, but here I need to input, no? So for that, what I'm supposed to do, I have to come here. I have to take this particular portion. That means I'll tell you, see, D1 is the overall depth of your footing. Okay. So it is mentioned D1. So you, in this drawing, you have to check for D1. Yeah. Where is my D1? Wait. Yeah. Yeah. It is here. Okay. D1. So D1 is how much? 600. And here also D1 is 600. So what you can do in the Excel sheet, write this as 600. Okay. 600, whereas F2 by default it is 600. Now you'll find the excavation quantity. Before that, F1 and F2 I need numbers. For numbers again it is mentioned here. How many numbers? F1 is 16 number, F2 is 8 number. So input that 16 and 8. So we'll input 16 here and we'll input 8 here. Okay, done. Now coming to this one. How you are going to do this? Again, this will be 0.3, whereas the PCC offset, for the PCC offset, I'll refer the drawing. Let me check whether in the drawing they have mentioned something or not. Okay, so for that, yeah, I have to refer this drawing. So here, if you see, this is my PCC offset, isn't it? See, this is PCC offset, and this is also PCC offset. So here it is mentioned 75 typical. Okay, 75 TYP means typical. Typical means for all the footing it is same. Here for one footing they have shown that is a typical cross section. Okay, so when they write typical, it means for all the footing. If you have 10 footing, F1, F2, F3, for all the 10 footing, you have to keep your PCC offset 75 on the right side, and here also it is 75. Okay, got it? So what I'll do, I'll go to the Excel sheet. Here let me do that. So it is how much? 75, isn't it? So I have to make this as 75. Okay, and then this also I need to make 75. You're getting my point? 0.3 remains constant for all, and this I need to make 2.3. Done. So I'll get 3.05. Just drag it in this way. Fine. Next one is 2.9. So here what you're going to do, here I'll directly change it. So I'll make it as 2.9 plus 0.3 plus 0.075 and plus 0.3 plus 0.075. Understood? Okay, 3.65, and this will be 3.65. Done. Now coming to the depth of excavation. So in the depth part, what you're supposed to do, go back to the drawing. So this is a depth. Here you see, this is my natural ground level. That is your finished ground level. From here, your excavation will start, and you see the excavation, how much it is mentioned, 2000 mm, that is 2 meter. But this is given up to the top of the PCC. We are supposed to go till the bottom, and the bottom, this thickness is already mentioned 75. That means 2000 plus 75 I need to add, which comes out to be 2075. So your depth will be how much? Your depth will be 2.075, isn't it? Yeah. So 2000 plus 75 comes out to be 2.075. Okay. Same thing, I'll drag it here also. Done. Yeah, done. You got the quantity now. So the total excavation quantity will be 530 cubic meter. So this answer, yeah, 16 plus it is 24 footing. So if you want, we'll verify it once quickly. Okay, let me verify that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Exactly, 24. And manual calculation, I mean, here also we got 24. Done. Earthquake quantity you're done. Next, what we have, you go back to the drawing again. Yeah, go back to the drawing. So in the drawing, check in the cross section whether you have any other thing. See, in the typical cross section, directly we have PCC, and the thickness of PCC is 75 mm. Okay, so directly come here. So we'll go with the PCC part. We'll go with the PCC. It's given here. This entire thing I'll delete. Okay, this entire thing I'll delete, or I think I can keep it. Okay, I'll keep it. On this part, I'll copy from here. Okay, so this part I'll copy. Control C. I'll bring it here. Control V, and this from F3 it is not required. Okay, done. So F3, F1 is done. This will be in cubic meter. 16.8 is 24. Now come here. So how much it will be? So this I need to change. Okay, so I'll completely write it. So I'm calculating now. 2.3 plus 0.075 on the left side plus 0.075 on the right side. Got it? So it is this step, no working space will be added. Similarly, here also you do the same thing. So it is again 2.9 plus 0.075 plus 0.075. This is offset, okay? I'm adding the PCC offset on both the side. And now coming to the thickness. So thickness, what was mentioned in the drawing, it was 75 mm, right? So this was 75 mm. This is 75. So I'll just put here 75. That is 0.075, and this also 0.075. Done. You got your answer. The total PCC quantity is 12.78 cubic meter. Next, very important is the footing shuttering quantity. So again, footing shuttering, how we are supposed to do? It's simple, but you need to take care of the depth. So I'll copy this part. Only this much I'll copy. Control C. So footing shuttering, I'll write here Control V. The rest things not required. Okay, and this will be in square meter. And okay, you make it in square meter. Fine. Now coming to this part, so it will be perimeter now. Okay, so it will be perimeter. So again, try to do the calculation. So it will be 4 into 2.3, and here it will be 4 into 2.9. 2.9. Okay, fine. Now coming to the depth. See, this depth, whatever you have, no, this is the overall depth. This 600 and 600 is the overall depth. Now you need to be very careful. I'll explain what exactly we are trying to do here. So this D1, whatever I written, no, this is the overall depth of the footing. But since it's a slope footing, your shuttering will be done only up to this portion, isn't it? Your shuttering is only up to this portion. This only here your shuttering will come. That means we need to consider D2 depth now. Why? Again, for the very same reason that which I've shown you through this drawing. See, this is at D2. Okay. Only here shuttering will come. Above this, there is no shuttering. The slope you are going to give. Okay. So that is why what you need to do, you need to take care of that D2 portion now. So what is written here? D2. Now what is this D2? You have to check it in the drawing where the D2 is given. So we'll check it in the drawing where the D2 is given. So the D2 is 200 mm and the D2 is 200 mm, both side, 200 and 200. So in the Excel sheet, what you do, you have to put 0.2 here and 0.2 here. And you can even put a remark here, because now people may get confused. This guy has written 600 and 600, but here he has taken 0.2, 0.2. So you can make one remark here, remark. Okay. So that sometime even if you get confused, you can refer here. Okay. Since slope footing, this D equal to 0.2 meter from drawing, or even you can mention the drawing number from drawing. That's it. If it is a very big project and all, you mention the drawing number so that directly you can come to that drawing and you can refer it. Okay, pretty simple. I think you got the quantity. So you'll get 48.48 square meter. Okay, done. Now the last point is the footing concrete quantity. Now for concrete quantity, what will happen? This portion will not work out, right? This whatever we have done, this won't work out. For footing shuttering quantity, for footing concrete quantity, we need to use this particular Excel sheet which I created, right? Where is that? Yeah, this is the Excel sheet what I had created. So what you can do, you can add the same thing over there. I'll tell you how it has to be done. Footing concrete quantity. For that, this Excel sheet will not work out. You have to calculate the separate Excel sheet. Okay. I mean, you can use even this Excel sheet. See, you use this Excel sheet, no problem. Whatever values you get, directly you can do the input there. Otherwise, in this, you have to make a this thing. What is that? Addition you are supposed to do. You can first do the concrete quantity for the rectangular portion, then you can do it for the trapezoidal portion, then you can say total concrete. What I'm trying to tell is, I'll delete everything. Okay, I'll delete this part. This part will delete. For concrete quantity, first we'll write this. Okay, I'll write this. Control C, right here. Control V. Similarly, right here also Control V. Okay, concrete quantity, so it is cubic meter and cubic meter, fine. So number you copy from here, 16 and 8, no? So this is 16 and 8. This is also 16 and 8. Okay, this portion you take it out. So if you want, you can insert one more this thing here, so that you can write here. Again, one you can insert. Okay, and you can write here. Yeah, here you can write. I'll write here. This is my trapezoidal portion. Okay, otherwise, see, if you're capable, you can do everything in a single Excel sheet only. You don't have to separate like rectangular portion. I'll write rectangular portion here. Okay, I'll write rectangular portion. Just for easiness, I'm doing this. Otherwise, you can follow even that also. Okay, no problem. This is F2, no? Yeah. Okay, no problem. Do. I've written rectangular portion. This is trapezoidal portion. Okay. Yeah. So rectangular portion is very simple. What you can do? 2.3. Okay. And this is also 2.3. And what is the depth? Depth directly. Footing depth you're supposed to take. That is only the rectangular portion. That is 0.2. Because wherever that shuttering has happened, no, this 0.2. I'll show it again. This portion. Right now, I'm calculating the concrete for this portion. Okay. So length and breadth remains the same. Only this depth will be D2. And D2 we already saw in the drawing now that the D2 is how much? So D2 is 200 and 200. So directly you take 200 from here. You can input 0.2 and you can input 0.2 here. Okay, done. Now come to the trapezoidal portion. For the trapezoidal portion, what you can do, what I'll do, no, I'll do very simple trick. I'll do a very simple trick. I'll take out all this quantity. Okay, I'll remove everything. Directly what I'll do, I'll directly take this Excel sheet and here I'll input and get the value. You can create your own Excel sheet. Here I'll do that. Okay. So what is my size of F1 footing? It is 2.3. This is also 2.3, right? And this depth, overall depth, I'll bring that Excel sheet here. Yeah, 2.3, 2.3. D1 is my overall depth. So D1 is my overall depth and D2 is my that height 0.2. So 600, 0.6, 0.6 and this will be 0.2. So this height I'm going to get as 0.4. That is, this height will be 0.4. Now, what is B? B is your column dimension. Okay, now what you're supposed to do, go back to this drawing. Yeah, go back to this drawing. See, wherever F1 footing is there, F1 footing C1 column, F1 footing C1 column, F1 footing C1 column, F1 C1, 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 then F1 C1, F1 C1, then F1 C1, F1 C1, F1 C1. That means wherever F1 footing is there, over that C1 column is there. And what is the size of C1 column? That we have to see now. So to get the size of C1 column, it is mentioned here, C1 column, okay, size is 400 is the breadth and 450 is the depth of that column. Okay, so it is mentioned 400 is the breadth and 450 is the depth. So input the same thing in the Excel sheet. So breadth is 0.4 and depth is 0.45, isn't it? 0.45. Done. Now this column offset I want. So column offset, how you are going to get? Again, you have to refer to the drawing. Okay, so this is the drawing what I'm supposed to refer. So you see here, it is mentioned D3 or D4. D3 or D4. That means D3 is for a shorter side and D4 is for the longer side. Okay, anything is okay because anyhow, yeah, no, then that variation will come. Wait, I'll tell you. For that, you refer this plan. Okay, so in the plan, you see, okay, this is D3 and this is D4. Okay, so this is D3. Horizontal part is D3 and this part is D4. Okay, that is, now again in this you have to check which is breadth and which is this thing. Okay, so this is B1. Yeah, this is breadth and this is length. See, now you may get confused, sir. D3 where we have to take. So this D3 you have to take parallel to the length side. This is length and this is breadth. Okay, you getting my point? Now my intention is to find this area. Now my intention is to find this area of the column. Okay, in that already this column dimension I know it is 400. This column dimension I know it is 400 by 450. So which is 400 in this? Shorter side is 400. So it's given here. See, this is length portion. This is breadth portion. Okay, so length portion will be always bigger. You take this as 0.45 length portion. Okay, and this will be 0.4. Okay, 0.4. Now this is D3. This is also D3. Which is D3? How we are going to take D3? So whichever is parallel to the length is D3. Okay, this is D3. So what I'll do, D3 you won't get it here. For D3 I have to refer here. So D3 is 500, D4 is also 500 for F1 footing. Okay, you have to understand for F1 footing your D3 is 500, D4 is also 500. That means here also it is 500, here also it is 500. So my calculation remains simple. Go to the Excel sheet and here you have to write 0.5 column offset. Okay, done. So once you do this, you get all the area. So the total total concrete quantity what you have got is 2.47. So in this Excel sheet, you come, you can input here 2. Here you input the value as Yeah, directly here you input the value. .47. Okay, and then 2.47 into 16 number of footings are there, so it comes out to be 39.52. Okay, so again we'll go back to that sheet. 2.47 and shuttering area was 1.84. We'll verify whether for F1 we have got 1.84 or not in shuttering. Yeah, you see here 1.84 we got no shuttering area for F1, and same thing through this Excel sheet we have verified the answer. Okay, yeah, you can see 1.84, and here also we got 1.84 for F1 footing. Now we'll do for F2 footing. Okay, for F2 footing, what is the size? It should be 2.9. Breadth is also 2.9. Okay, and this depth will check. Two point nine to depth 600. This is 200. Okay, this is 600. This is 200, and okay, this remains the same. 600, 200. This will be 0.4, and this B and D. B and D is the breadth and depth of your column, isn't it? So now this F2 footing, where it is lying? This F2 footing. Yeah, I want the plan now. Yeah, see, you're on F2 footing. Again, C1 column is there. Okay, on F2 footing we have C1 column. On F2 footing we have few C2 columns. So now what we can do in F2 footing, we have few C2 column. On F2 footing, we have few, on F2 footing, we have few C1 column. But since the column size is same, since the column size for both it is same, we don't have problem now. So I'll go here, see here. For both the column, 400 by 450, C2 column is also 400 by 450. So it doesn't matter, directly you can input 400 by 450 here. So 400 and 450. Now column offset I require. Okay, so column offset, go back to the drawing. So in this drawing, what is the column offset given? It is given 550 and 550. Okay, both D3 and D4, both it is 550. Okay, no problem. So come here, go to the Excel sheet, input 550. So 0.55, 550. Done. You got the answer. So the answer is total concrete quantity is 3.70. Just input here 3.70. 3.70, and 3.70 into 8 will give you 29.6. So the total concrete quantity will be 81.60 cubic meter. Now also try to see the shuttering quantity here. What is the shuttering? We got 2.32, and here you can see already 2.32 we have got, right? The manual, this thing already we had done, no? For footing separately I had done. Okay, but concrete quantity I used that Excel sheet and I did it. So 81.60. Okay, 29, 40, 40, 60, 67 and 5, 82. Yeah, so 81.60 cubic meter of concrete. This is not 48, so this will be how much? This will be 24 only, because 2 times I've added, no, that is why. Yeah, so this will be 24 only. This will be 24 only. Okay, good. So in this way, we have found the footing concrete quantity and all those things. Okay, I hope you have got an idea how all these things has to be done. Okay, otherwise you can even use this Excel sheet and do it individually, and then you can link it here. That also you can do. Else here itself I could have put the formula, but again it will be a lengthy process, so I didn't do that. Try to do it manually and let me know how much answer you are getting. Okay, almost everything is correct. There's no wrong in this. If something goes wrong, just tell me. Okay, yeah. So after this, what is left out? After this, the shuttering work for the neck column till the plinth beam, and the shuttering work for the this thing, concreting work is left out. That also I'll explain you, but you do it on your own. See here, that part is given. Here, that part is already given. Now I need to find the shuttering quantity up to the top of the plinth beam from here. Okay. So how I'm going to do it? It's very simple. See, this is 2 meter. This is 2 meter. In this, I'll deduct this depth. This D1 I'll deduct. That is from F1 footing. whatever is D1, that is 0.6, I guess, that I'll deduct. So I'll get height up to this portion. I'll get height up to this portion. Okay. And from finished ground level to this top, it is 0.20. TOC means top of the concrete. Plinth beam top level should be 0.20. This is 0 level. This is 0.2. That means this height is 200 mm. Very simple. You're getting my point? This height is 200 mm. This height what you have, it is 200 mm. How can I tell that it is 200? This is 0 level. This is at a height of 0.20 meter, which is 200 mm. So this height is obviously 200 mm. So just add 200 mm to this particular portion. You'll get your height of the shuttering. We'll quickly do that also, not an issue. So what I can do is I'll go here to the Excel sheet. Okay. Yeah, but for this I need to write that also, like C1 column on F1 footing, C2 column on F2 footing. Why? Okay, I'll explain you that also. See, there are a lot of things to be done. I'll take it out. Okay, what you're supposed to do now? First you count. Okay, this is very important. See, F1 footing, what all columns are there? On F1 footing, C1 column is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are 16 columns. That means you have to write here. Yeah, C1 column on F1 footing. So how many numbers are there? 16 numbers are there. Okay, fine. So next what you're supposed to find? Next you're supposed to find the shuttering quantity. So what is the size of C1 column? So I'll write here the size of C1 column is 450 by 450. Okay, and C2 column size is also 450 by 450. Here the column size is same. So I'll write, so by default 0.45, 0.45 is already written. Now coming to the, okay, I'm doing the concrete quantity, I have to go to the top. Wait, just give me a minute. Okay, here itself I'll change it. Okay, I'll write shuttering here, no problem. Okay, this is shuttering done. So I require the perimeter part now. So this is of no use to me. This portion and this portion is of no use to me. So shuttering part, how I will do? Yeah, shuttering, how we are going to do? Very simple. Equal to 4 into 0.45. Okay, perimeter I found, and this perimeter will be multiplied by the depth. Okay, so depth I'll tell you how much you have to take now. So depth will be, what is the overall height it is given? 2 meter. See here, this is 2 meter. From 2 meter I'll deduct D1. So D1 for F1 footing is how much? We need to check that also now. So D1 for F1 footing, my D1 is 600. So 2 minus 0.6. I'll put it in Excel sheet. 2 minus 0.6. Okay, but I think there's one more thing we need to check out. That is, yeah, correct. So 2 minus this one I did, okay, 0.6. Okay, then I reached up to this level, and from here I'll add 0.2 to that, because your plane beam I told this is 0.2. Okay, 200 mm. So plus 0.2. Yeah, I got the height. So just multiply this. 1.6 into 1.8 will give me 2.88, and 2.88 into 16 will give me 46.08. So 16 into 2.88 will give me 46.08. Fine. Next, come to the second footing, second column. So again, you go back to the drawing. Again, in the drawing, you need to check. See, now you see. Now on F2 footing, we have C1 column, and also on F2 footing, we have C1 column also. We have C1 column. You see here on F2 footing, C2 column. So first we'll check those column. We'll check C1 column. So F2 footing on C1 column, I'll do a tick mark here. Okay. Yeah. So C1 column 1, F2 C1, I need to check. F2 C1, F2 C1. Wait, let me, yeah, this one. So F2 C1, yeah, This is F2C1. Then again F2C1. F2C1. Yeah, that's all. No other. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So right here, C1 column on F2 footing. How many are there? 4 are there. Okay. The perimeter, of course, it will be 4 into this thing. Perimeter remains the same, no problem. And then this height. This height you need to check now. So how we are going to check? The same thing I'll bring here. And now I'll do the change. That is 2 minus. Now this is resting on F2 footing, isn't it? So since it is resting on F2 footing, I need to check the F2 footing depth. That is also 600. See, this is also 600. No problem. F2 footing is also 600. So no problem. Directly you can take it as minus 0.6 and plus 0.2. So this remains the same. So this answer also we get the same thing. 2.88 into 4 will get 11.52. Next, last one we have C2 column, because there was C2 column also. C2 column on F2 footing. Okay. Again, the size of your C2 column is also 450 by 450. Okay. Just drag it square meter. And here everything remains the same because nothing will change here. Okay. C2 column size is also same. On F2 footing it is resting. So this also remains the same. This also remains the same. This also remains the same. Only the thing is in the number I need to find. So number I can find easily. How? 16 plus 4 is 20. Totally we had 22. 22 minus 22 should be the answer here. So we'll see whether we are getting 2 or not. Okay. You can do that reverse calculation also. So let me check. Okay. That is, what should I check? F2 C2 I need to check. So F2 C2 1, F2 C2 2. Okay. No, I think I've gone wrong. Wait. F2 C2, no? So what is the total number of footing? Oh, it is 24. Sorry, not 22. Okay. Then I'm correct. It should be 24. So this is wrong here. This should be 24. If it is 24, then this should be 4. Very simple. Yeah. Now we'll verify. Now we should get correct answer. Yeah. See, F2 C2, F2 C2. Then again, F2 C2, F2 C2. Is there anything F2 C2 here? No. So 1, 2, 3, 4 exactly. So 4 we got. So that is why I've written 4 here. Okay. Now rest things will happen same. So total shuttering quantity. Sorry. Yeah, this is shuttering quantity. Okay. This is total shuttering. So total shuttering quantity up to the plinth beam top is 69.12. Okay. Yeah, 46 plus 11 is 57. 57 plus 11, 67. All this will, yeah, we'll check it. 46, 56, 66, 67. Okay, done. Fine, it is correct. Now last, what is left out? Concrete quantity is left out. So concrete quantity, how we are going to do? Very simple. Just copy everything. Okay. The same thing you copy. Copy. Shuttering. Yeah, concrete quantity. I'll write here. Okay. For this, I'll paste it. And this, let me remove. And this, I'll put it in cubic meter. Okay. And I'll drag it. So everything is correct. So what you are supposed to do? Concrete quantity is 0.45. This also will be 0.45. Everywhere it is 0.45. So just drag it. This also you drag it. Okay. And this height was 1.6 everywhere. Yeah, 1.6, 1.6, 1.6. So it is 1.6. So 0.45 into 0.45 into 1.6 will give me 0.72, and 0.72 into 16 will give me 11.52. Similarly, I did for this column also, which is lying on F2 footing. Here also it is 2.88, and this also it is 2.88. Okay. Yeah. So total concrete quantity up to the plinth beam top, this is cubic meter, will be 17.28 cubic meter. 11 plus 2 is 13. 13 plus 2 is 15. And then this all things. Yeah, 17.28. Let me verify. 11.52 plus 2.88, 2.88. Yeah, 17.28. Got it? Yeah. So in this way, we have found this thing. The entire quantity estimation for the slope footing has been done. Now, what is the last part which is left out? That is your backfilling quantity. Quickly, can you do the backfilling quantity? Let me do that. Okay. Okay. Backfilling quantity will be total excavation quantity. Tell me what is the total excavation quantity. So the total excavation is 530 minus your store. There was no stone soling here. Minus PCC quantity minus footing concrete quantity. So this much footing concrete will go. Okay. Minus column concrete quantity. So in the column concrete quantity, I have taken up to the plinth beam top. I need to, if you want, you can deduct it. But here I'm not doing, it's okay. So 418.33 is my backfilling soil. I'll also do the 80% of this, that is 0.8 into back total excavation quantity. The total excavation was 530. So how much I'm getting? Okay, it's not happening. Multiply by 530. 530 you remember, else we'll do it here. It's not coming. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Wait. I'll do this 530 only directly. Plus sign I need to put. Yeah, you see 424 is coming. Okay, see that was slight variation will happen. No, not a problem. Okay. Actually, it will come almost same. Slight variation is because extra quantity we have taken. No? Okay, but almost same. Okay, 75 to 80%. I could have taken even 75% of this. It varies from 75 to 80. That is why that variation will come. Yeah, almost 400 and 418 is actual quantity what we have got. We're okay with that. Okay. So in this way, you're supposed to do the quantity estimation for the trapezoidal footing. Everything is same. Only that trapezoidal portion will come that you need to take care of. Right. So I hope you have enjoyed my lecture up to here. So you got a complete idea how the trapezoidal footing or the slope footing, concrete quantity, the shuttering quantity has to be done. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.